portions to trigger
you gotta get this
so
rage
you'll
baiting
see
shit
videos
off
of someone ordering an entire menu's worth of fast food, dozens of burgers, mountains of fries, multiple pizzas, claiming they're gonna eat all of it, when clearly no one could actually eat all of that. And they end up eating some of it or quietly throwing most of the food away.
What in the gluttonous behavior is this?
Oh, it's natural. Oh,
you a trainer.
The water.
My kid will not be in my house doing this bullshit. They can kick the fuck out. I swear to God.
That is crazy from.
That is disgusting. Bro, I'm not watching.
Viewers call them out for wasting food or promoting gluttony, and debates spark about food waste when people are starving. In fact, the mukbang community, because that's what they are, a lot of these people that order a large amount of food, they have faced backlash for this reason. I mean, literally in China, the trend got so extreme that the government had to crack down, discouraging people from eating shows to combat food waste. So when a TikToker buys 100 tacos only to take 2 bites from each for a taste test video, viewers rightfully get angry about the waste, yet that anger boosts the video's notoriety. I'm telling you, rage bait is a very, very...
They're wasting food! I hate this! Look at this! Now you look at it, and I'm gonna share it with 5 other people, and those 5 other people will share it with their 5 other people, and their 5 other people will share it with tens of other thousands of people. This is getting more and more viral. I don't like this. What's going on? But that's exactly what happens.
Vicious cycle. And another form of rage bait content is when creators are making these heart attack recipes like insanely unhealthy foods presumably meant to shock nutrition conscious people, or honestly just anybody. Think deep fried butter coated bacon burgers, or a bowl of mac and cheese with 10 types of cheese and an entire stick of butter, or think of everybody candying everything. Like people will now candy burgers, they'll candy their Chipotle, they'll candy the burritos. People are doing that because they know it's going to trigger people, and people will be like, oh my God, your kidneys, or oh my God, your sugar levels. And the people that are posting these videos often act like this is just something they eat on a regular day basis. Like, this is my delicious daily lunch. And I'm telling you, even the biggest people I highly doubt are eating those things every single day, because they probably wouldn't be here with us. All of this is just performative in order to get people outraged, in order for them to get more views, hence why they continue posting and making these forms of videos. At the end of the day, humans have a morbid curiosity. As gross as these food stunts are, we look, honestly, because we can't stop looking, because it's...
Well, first of all, who's we? Tony, I know you just came from Italy, but when you start speaking French? Because who the fuck is we? You better keep that we over there, bro. I am not... What did she say? What did she say? She said... I don't want to forget what she said.
Videos. At the end of the day, humans have a morbid curiosity. As gross as these food stunts are, we look, honestly,
I'm not curious. I don't have morbid curiosity. If there's shit I want to know, I want to know it because it's going to better me. Or it's going to increase my, or expand my mind, expand my consciousness, expand my, ways of thinking. That does not. That disgusts me. I'm not curious about, oh, how did they do that? Why did they do that? The fact that you're doing that disgusts me. You're a disgusting human being. That's your body. You do what you want to do. But guess what? I'm not going to give you my eyes, my ears, and my energy. Fuck that. Nope. Not doing it.
because we can't stop looking because it's shocking that someone's doing.
Again with the stop speaking French at me. Who is we? Who is we? I don't watch that shit. Now you trying to rage bait me. That's what you trying to do. You trying to rage bait me, huh? Don't rage bait me, baby. Come on now. You rage bait me saying we again. I'm gonna rage bait you say nah. I'm cheating on you.
This, and in all, that helps people to get more views, well, helps the creators to get more views. Now let's get into yet another form of rage bait content. Yes, you guys, there are so many, and this is one that was probably popular a few years ago, and that was the ridiculous challenges and extreme trends, such as the 100 layers of everything challenges.
Video. I gotta
so social media is no stranger to dumb challenges, but some trends are so absurdly excessive that they serve no purpose other than to make viewers go, what the F? These extreme challenge trends often walk the line between fascinating and infuriating. A great example of this is, like I said earlier, the 100 layers challenge craze that took over YouTube a few years back. If you remember this one, this was when creators would film themselves applying 100 layers of some product. There was 100 layers of nail polish, 100 layers of lipstick, 100 layers of foundation, and even 100 layers of clothing. And they literally did this because it would get a bunch of views, because it would horrify viewers at seeing the outcome of putting 100 layers on anything. One participant described layering on coat after coat of foundation, and by the 7th layer, it was cracking and crusting. And by the 100th layer, her face felt violated, and the makeup had to literally be scraped off like peanut butter. The whole entire fad that took over the internet of the 100 layers challenge was literally pointless, okay? It was creators wasting an entire day and lots of products simply to one-up each other's ridiculousness. And of course, you'd have the environmentalists and just people watching, commenting that this was so stupid and it's so wasteful and that their OCD
You're an idiot.
can't
You know what I'm
handle
gonna do?
It looks gross.
Instead of logging off and not wanting to see this again, I'm gonna share with other people to show how stupid and ridiculous you are.
For the day. But it was already a view really that the creator got. In the same vein and very similarly, we had beauty influencers who would do over-the-top makeup techniques in order to shock viewers. And a notable example of this is the TikToker Meredith Duxbury, and she went viral for using excessive foundation. So she's known for slathering on way more foundation than any normal human would need, using her hands to apply something like 10 to 12 pumps of product or more, creating a literally dripping full coverage face and acting as if she went outside and wore the makeup like that. And it led people to even do challenges doing the Meredith Duxbury challenge to see if the makeup actually lasted. And people actually gave it fairly good reviews, whereas other people were saying it literally feels like they have 100 layers of foundation on their face. Like I said, people were mesmerized, but they also were appalled. And through this, Meredith gained over 15 million followers with this signature viral technique, precisely because it got everyone talking and even duetting her videos in shock about how absurd yet intriguing it was how she did her makeup. Now, she says she started using her hands and extra foundation to save products since sponges apparently absorb makeup more than using 10 pumps on your face. But that's the reason why she does it. She says she doesn't do it to rage bait people. She says that she actually wore the makeup outside. Nonetheless, whether she was doing this on purpose to rage bait people or not, her makeup approach made her one of those influencers everyone online had an opinion about, which is exactly.
Just think about this, bruh. Because I want to put on a new perspective too. So you know how they say makeup, women wear makeup to hide their truth or to hide what they see or whatever. Bitches wear makeup and it makes them look pretty. And you know the joke of, okay, you see a woman in a bar, she got a whole lot of makeup and she looks like Halle Berry, but when you wake up next to her, she looks like fucking Curious George. Imagine if you stumble onto her, you're like, damn, what the fuck? Like, she got a whole lot of makeup on. Like, bitch look, because she has some very beautiful facial features. Not even gonna lie, she has very beautiful facial features. Let's say, y'all get in a conversation, and then you end up taking her home. All that makeup on. All that makeup is on your sheets, her sheets, whatever. All that makeup comes off. And you see that. Damn. Thank God I didn't bring no condom. Cause look, even though I'm with Black Queens Forever, Snow Bunnies Never, you can't deny the fact that she is beautiful. She's a beautiful white woman. was the fact that she's wearing all that makeup and she says she wears it outside. I don't think she wears it outside. Who am I to say what she does and doesn't do? I don't know what she does. But just know that you would be lucky if you found a bitch like that who wore makeup, all that makeup, for no reason, just for her to be face to be stripped down bare and it'd be beautiful. Just saying. It's not a lot of
exactly why she's
like that.
so successful today. And what's so funny to me is that she doesn't even do the technique anymore, because we know for a fact she did it for content. And now that that trend is over of doing the 100 layers of all these things, she says it's over now too. And now she's getting invited to influencer trips and events and getting major brand deals, and she's signed to an agency and she's on popular campaigns, probably making millions if not close to it.
Yeah,
another example would be like those DIY videos where people would do like the most absurd DIY things and they'll name it like 5-minute crafts. Isn't that like actually a page, like the 5-minute crafts page, where they would like do like these silly crafts that are so not useful but they make it seem as if it is useful? It'd be like somebody frying an egg with an iron or making a couch out of plastic bottles and concrete. Yes guys, those are actual examples that I've seen online, specifically on Facebook. Remember, these people know that it's dumb, but they also know that you'll be annoyed enough to comment and share the videos, and that gives them more money, hence why they've been doing it for so many years. They're literally churning out these how-to videos with solutions to problems no one has, often using methods that are ridiculously impractical, wasteful, or just outright fake. The videos are rage bait in DIY form. They're meant to drive people crazy with their sheer stupidity, yet they rack up views because people can't resist seeing just how bad it can get. I know there was one example of them saying like, in order to keep a watermelon fresh, to put cement on it. Like, come on. Another one, they just melted a bunch of plastic bottle caps in order to make a cutting board, because apparently that's easier than just going ahead and buying a cutting board, right? Like, yeah, those hacks make zero sense, but it's meant to be like that.
But those videos made that that, I think he's like an African, I don't know his name, but that dude who, the African, the dude who's like, that dude, y'all know who I'm talking about, the dark dude, the black dude, the African dude who did this. Like, made him a fucking billionaire. I don't think he's a billionaire, but a millionaire. He has a whole lot of money, but it made him fucking rich and famous and shit. So,
because it's meant to get more views and to make people infuriated of how stupid it is. Even if you just watch and scuff, that's a view for them. They've demonstrated things like using a hot glue gun to hem your pants while wearing them. That will obviously burn. Or mixing random household chemicals for cleaning hacks. Let's not do that one. That's actually like really dangerous. But yes, many of their tutorials don't actually work in reality. They're edited to appear successful. And this has led to countless frustrated attempts by viewers, especially children, who then feel disappointed when the hack fails or they get hurt trying it. I know I did one. I actually did a video on it. Let me see if I can find the clip. I think it's still on YouTube. But I was like watching YouTube and those videos were really popular at the time. Like doing like quick hacks that will help save you time in your day. And one of them was like, if you have press-on nails on or fake nails, you can use a ponytail holder to open up a can of soda. And as I was trying to do it myself, it wouldn't work because the hack wasn't like a true thing. They edited it to make it real. But I already had it listed as like a hack that I was gonna have in the video, so I had to maneuver my way by editing, and the edit looked so bad when I like tried to like clip it to like pop off. It was like it was really bad. I have to show you guys the clip. Take a look at this clip.
Please, do you break your nails when trying to open up a can of soda? Well, now you can prevent that from happening. So what you're gonna do is basically put the rubber band underneath the can opener thing and then open it like you're shooting up an arrow.
What the hell? Yeah, we can definitely tell you did that with your fucking nails. What the hell was that? You try, bro.
And then drink on and be easy.
So maybe I was a rage baiter, but I honestly was just a
definitely
kid trying to follow the trends that people were saying.
What the hell is this? What the hell is? What? Trying to rage bait me, okay. 10:49,
and then
trying to
sharing it
rage
with
bait
my
me, Tony.
audience. And the last form of rage bait we're going to talk about is the podcast rage bait, okay? So I feel like this is a modern form of rage bait because podcasting is at an all-time high right now, but this is popular especially among male-led shows or even extreme conservative commentators, okay? So these creators have figured out the same trick as the toilet turkey crowd. If you say something so absurd, sexist, or politically inflammatory, people can't resist clipping it and sharing it, and now you win in the algorithm, and now your podcast is viral. So for example, if you think about the male self-help or dating podcast, they will have clips often circulate of men declaring things like women shouldn't be allowed to travel alone, or if she has an Instagram, she's not wifey material. They do this on purpose because they know it's going to outrage people, and people are going to do public debates on whether or not they're telling the truth or not.
I would never marry a woman that has an Instagram account. There's something out there far more important to women than money, than physical, than looks. And that is the external validation and attention that women constantly get from social media and from their presence. When women do their makeup to go out, even if they have a boyfriend or somebody that they're talking to, they still need men to hit on them just so they can reject it and they feel good about it. Just so they can do a post on Instagram and a bunch of men react to it, but they don't reply to it. They need that constant attention for them to feel good.
They want to get viewers furious enough to duet or stitch or mock them on TikTok or just to start a conversation. Shows like Fresh and Fit, who I've talked about plenty of times in my videos, they became infamous for this exact strategy. They have these outrageous takes on women, relationships, or masculinity that explode online because people can't believe anyone just said that out loud. And a lot of people don't realize that they're literally just doing this for clips.
Men are territorial with their women. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
You don't own us in a relationship, so we can post what we want. If you have an insecurity with that, that's on you.
I'm explaining to you how men view relationships. You might not like it. It might hurt your feelings. You might say, I'm not a piece of property or whatever, but with all due respect, your feelings. This is how
your feelings. I don't care about your feelings either. You're actually misogynistic and egotistical, and it's a kind of a concern the way you view relationships. Like you have ownership of women.
You'll have the 50-50 conversation on whether a man should pay for the first date or whether a man should pay the rent or pay the bills. They do this because they know it's going to enrage people. It is a form of rage bait, and a lot of y'all don't even realize that y'all are getting rage baited.
The sprinkle movement is, it's like men are expected to pay all the bills. Men are expected to pay for all the dates. Men are expected to pay for your nails, hair, all these things. In today's economy, it's like, why is that the norm? Why is that the expectation? What does a provider mean? In my opinion, a provider doesn't mean someone who's going to pay financially for everything. That's not a provider to me. I think, you know, when someone becomes the mother of your kids or someone's raising, then there's a partnership that, you know, is communicated and talked about and understood. But it's like this sprinkle is all about the dating stage too. It's like that doesn't make sense to me. So this soft man era is a satirical play on this sprinkle, but a lot of men are making content around like, oh, I'm getting a haircut, you didn't pay for it, I'm not seeing you later. Like, I'm not seeing you, drizzle. I'm not seeing, like, oh, you're not taking me on a date this weekend.
That's crazy.
I'm not seeing you, drizzle. Because the rhetoric online is, oh, he says he likes my nails, but he's not paying for them. Boy, bye, like kind of thing. It's like, well, okay, then let's flip that.
Or you'll have that guy that recently went viral for saying he doesn't date black women or how he finds women to be inferior.
Nah, that. You want to? No. Here's why I don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
Because you lot don't like to listen. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when
place?
you get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were
Watch
cheating
this.
on you.
Stay in your place.
Cheated on you multiple times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know. And that's why I'm never going to be in your pom-pom ever again. I'm not with black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Apologies,
listen. Apologies where?
Apologies.
Oh, wait, you just, wait. Did she just shoot?
All this shit is just so fucking low vibrational, bro. Like, if you could just sit here and watch two people just argue at each other and not even listen. That's why I don't be listening to no fucking like relationship podcasts anymore. If I do, it's someone like Charleston White or something like that, or I don't know, maybe I'm bored. Like, nah, I don't listen to relationship podcasts, bro. I really don't, bro. Like, if I'm watching a Charleston White interview, if you just so happen to they bring up relationship shit like that, I will listen to it. Like, Charles White was on Fresh and Fit, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago. I was watching that because, like, damn, Charles White back on there. Let me see what that's about, you know? But like this type of shit, just any of the other, like, you know, the after hours shit like that, I don't be watching that. It's low vibrational. They don't learn shit because they just yelling at each other and they trying to get their points across, but not really taking in what the other person is saying. It's like, bro, I create my own relationship. I know what I want in a wife. Who are they to tell me how to move, right? And a lot of people go into relationships, or a lot of these podcasters are telling people to go into relationships trying to change that other person. No, you see them for what they are, and then you move accordingly. That's what it is. Don't lower your value though. Don't settle. Don't lower your value. I'm not saying turn a hoe into a housewife. I'm not saying that. You see what they are, look at their actions, and move accordingly. But ensure that you're bettering yourself. Don't limit yourself. You better yourself.
Kind of bullshit.
Go, where's your hair? Where's your hair? Where's your hair?
Like, I don't even give them the time of day because I know exactly what they're doing. Maybe he really does hate black women and doesn't want to date black women. But y'all, I'm not going to engage in that because I'm not going to get his bills paid while I'm sitting here mad. Please. And then, of course, you have your conservative shock podcast where you'll have people say wildly extreme things about gender, race, or politics, and apparently now religion. I don't know why there's such close ties with conservatism and religion, but that's a new thing that we've recently discovered. Yeah, but those are designed not to persuade people, but to outrage people and for people to share their thoughts and their opinions on what was just said by this conservative podcast. Just think of the clips where someone insists that climate change is fake, or the patriarchy doesn't really exist, or they're pushing conspiracy theories like the earth is flat. They do this because it triggers people. It is rage bait. It is rage bait. It is rage bait. I'm going to like literally instill this in y'all heads so y'all stop engaging with these kinds of videos because it's just getting them more and more popular. These clips get stitched by progressives or liberals, and then they're tweeted with outrage and shared across all platforms, and this is the exact engagement that they were fishing for. Every stitch you do, every comment you make, every rebuttal you have is still free distribution for these people. It's like they literally hacked the system. Even if 90% of viewers hate them, those hate shares rocket them up the feed, so they get more and more people watching their content, and they're still making money. It's the same exact formula as the fake McDonald's skit or the toilet punch bowl. It's discussed, but discussed in a different format. So that gets to the question, why is rage bait so popular? Well, in theory, outrage equals engagement, and engagement equals money. So from those filthy houses or the fake pranks, the stage dramas, the gross food stunts, the excessive challenges, the absurd hacks, the podcast bros, you might be wondering, why does this content thrive? Well, it all comes down to the attention economy of social media. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook reward content that people interact with, even if that interaction is negative. And that is when a lot of creators quickly realize that negative attention can often get them more views than positive. In a sense, it's
You know, that's why they say. Totally forgot it. Oh, all publicity is good publicity. You can't come on the internet and be positive, nigga. You won't get a lot of fucking. You will not get as much engagement and as much reach on social media unless you're fucking negative. That's how it is.
easier to get people to hate watch and react in anger than it is for them to genuinely like you.
I ain't gonna cap. That's how originally it was gonna be, you know, on the internet, just spewing out hate because I knew that I'd gain people to come over. I want to do that. I want to be the shock and all, like, da da da. I was like, man, that's not really how I am. That's not who I am as an individual. And plus, I don't want to build a I don't want to build a following or a support system off of people who are just trying to troll and hate and shit like that. Like, nah, I want genuine people who are trying to grow like I'm trying to grow, who try to, you know, be with their families and, you know, we can have fun without harming other people. Yeah, we got jokes, but it's not at the expense of others to where it makes them feel like they are being laughed at.
That's when people talk about like Ash Trevino or even all these Twitch streamers. They are very problematic. For instance, DDG will probably say the craziest things that he probably doesn't even believe because he knows people will clip it, he knows people will share it, and angry content is still money. Maybe you won't get sponsorship deals from everybody, but you're still gonna be getting paid. Psychologically, viewers experience a mix of curiosity and indignation with rage bait content. You want to see the train wreck even if you yell that it shouldn't exist. You're like, let me see it first so then I can formulate my opinion on why it shouldn't be a thing. It keeps you watching longer or sharing with a comment, which only tells the algorithm to show this to more people. It's a very problematic loop that happens all over social media. So you have two choices: to either keep scrolling or engage with this content and get them even more money. Them as in the creators. But you guys, I of course want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on all these forms of rage bait content? Do you like rage bait content? I can't even talk. It sounds like a freaking tongue twister now. Are you against rage bait content? Have you made rage bait content before? Let's get the discussion going on in the comments down below, and as always, be respectful. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, okay? Share this positive video. And yeah, we are on the road to 300,000 subscribers, so please engage with my content. And I love and I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you all in my very next video. Love you guys. Bye.
Man, shout out to Tony Brand. That was a great video. Oh God. The only type of rage bait content I would ever do in the future is drop my sex tape. Anywho,